I'm Edward Keys, a lifetime Clay County resident, and I'm talking with former mayor of the town of Orange Park, Connie Thomas, today. And hopefully everybody knows that there's an election coming up on August the 18th. Early voting has already started. It started on August the 6th. Um, Mayor Thomas sent out a email just a couple of days ago that was highlighting some of the places that you can go to vote at Fleming Island Library, Orange Park Library, over at the St. John's Community College, amongst other places. So Saturday, if you're going to be tied up over the week, Saturday, this coming Saturday would be a good day for you to get out and do some voting. So I would just like to welcome our former mayor of Orange Park, Connie Thomas, and she is running for the Clay County Commissioner seat of District 3. Welcome, Connie.
Thank you, Mr. Keys. It's great to be here. It really is. Yep, I am looking forward to this. It feels like a natural extension of what I've already been doing as mayor of our town, you know, to kind of broaden it a few streets over, per se. It's really how it is.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you grew up here, a lot of people didn't even know that there was a town of Orange Park. A lot of people assume they live in the town.
And so I kind of, when I'm explaining it to people where the town of Orange Park is, for general sake, I just say from basically where Kingsley and 17 meet, right there in front of the town of Orange Park, down to the high school, then go up Blanding to 295, and then back down to 17. That square right there is what I kind of call the town of Orange Park. Is it?
Yeah, yes, you're right. From like the Catholic Church on Kingsley over to the river, and just like you were saying, it's kind of squares it up.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, most people, and I remember this as well growing up here, nobody ever thought of it as the town of Orange Park. I thought everybody lived in Orange Park. If you had an Orange Park address, you're in Orange Park. So, and it's still confusing to a lot of people, because if you live off of Moody Road, you know, you're not in the town.
I
you know, if you go to Orange Park High School, the high school is not in the town. The mall, Orange Park Mall, is not in the town. And so people, that gets really confusing. So, but our district does encompass all those things.
Tell me where, so you're running for District 3. Where, tell me about, where is that?
Okay, so it is the town, and this town expanded up to Blanding. And then if you take a right on Blanding, then it takes in like the West Bel Air area on the left on down to the mall. And then it goes down Wells Road, goes back into the town. And if you come back out of the town, 17, cross over the bridge and go into Fleming Island, it's everything east of 17 to the river in Fleming Island. And then most of Doctors Lake, after you go out of the town, and Moody Road over to Blanding. So it's just, you know, like I said, a couple roads over from the town.
And you're right here from the town of Orange Park, the Clay County part. So you went to Orange Park High School.
I went to Orange Park High School. I went to Orange Park Middle School, Orange Park High School. When my family first moved out here in 1969, that's when Blanding was just like exploding. It was exploding. And my family bought some land out towards the Middleburg area, which is now right near where the St. Vincent's Hospital is, out that area.
Yeah.
And so there were only, you know, the only option was to go to Middleburg Elementary and then go up to Orange Park to go to the middle school and high school. So that's what we did. And by the time I made it to the high school, we had 3,000 students. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And was it your father that was in government that you grew up kind of knowing a little bit of what went on?
It was my grandfather was in government. Well, both of my grandfather and his father were in. His father was I believe he was a county commissioner for Alachua County back in the day. I'd have to go back and double check that. But so, my family's always had an interest in government, but my dad got very active in like the town of Orange Park and like Kiwanis and those kind of clubs that he started getting, a Lions Club and things like that he started getting active in. So, yeah, we grew up and had a good time here meeting a lot of different people. It was great.
So when you moved back from Atlanta, and I'm going to share a link wherever we put this video of the things that went on in Atlanta so people can get some more background on how you actually helped save people's lives as an activist up there. But you came back to Orange Park and you got into government, and I met you as a city council member at the town of Orange Park. And then you went on to be the mayor of Orange Park. Just talk a little bit about what kind of accomplishment that was for you to become the mayor of Orange Park.
That was a really big deal for me, because I know that for a lot of the people who have been around the community for quite some time saw me as change. Because, and as I've gone around and introduced myself to people in different groups, I let them know I'm not a person that just shows up to vote. I'm a person that wants to see what else we can do and use my position to the higher good. I can't, like I said, I need to leave this world better than I found it. And if God has opened this door for me, what do I need to do? And I knew, like, going in, I only had 3 years. I didn't know if I'd be reelected or not. So that's 3 years. I got to get to work. And so I got to work fast. And so to them, they was like, who is this woman coming here like a steamroller? But having had that background in Atlanta, having to protect my community, I knew the power of an elected official. I knew that what they could do. And so I wanted to be very proactive and do as much as I could in that position. So anyway, so when I became mayor, I think that was pretty scary. But it's like, what is she going to do now? But really, once again, it was like it was such a great opportunity, and I enjoyed it so very much because I was invited to, the library to read to the kids. All the really great things that you can do with that position to let, young people know that anybody can do this. Anybody can be a part of this, and, encourage people to, and really you're a cheerleader for your town. You want to invite people in, you want people to feel great about their town, feel great about what their government's doing for them. So yes, it's been an awesome opportunity, real blessing.
And that's exactly how I met you. I met you because you extended yourself to us. You came to my mother's house. You came to Grove Park Elementary when we were having a meeting about Grove Park Elementary. You came to our Come Together Day. Any time that we have asked, but even before us asking you to come, you were already reaching out to us. And I appreciate that, and that's why I really wanted to talk to you today about how do you see your influence really changing more going forward as being a commissioner. What does that position, how does that position work? What is it that you'll be doing as a commissioner?
Well, number one, I'll be representing our district. And so that means that concerns of our town and concerns of the neighborhoods around our town that are in this district, those things are what I need to be taken to the table for our county. So it's expanded point of listening. It's expanded point of being proactive. There are things that I see already that I think would be really a lot of value to help with, but more than that, I need to hear from our community. And, something like what we were talking about, like being at Grove Park that time and having that community meeting. Those kind of things we have got to do and we've got to all kind of align ourselves and decide what do we want our commissioner to take to the table. And that is exactly what I'll do. But countywide, you know, you got 5 people there that are looking at Clay County overall. And Clay County it's a huge county, and it's got lots of different facets to it. And having grown up here, I kind of know what the different flavors are throughout the county, and you know, what might be things that people would be most interested in that area. And so, you know, so it's bringing everybody together and getting on the same page, and uniting in what you know, for the higher good for the county, deciding what those things are, because we have so many big things that are about to happen to our county at large. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I see where a lot of money is coming in for different reasons, and that money's being allocated different ways. So I know it's important for us to vote so that we have the representation that is going to represent us when those issues come up.
That's right.
Do you see, like, let's just say one major issue that you kind of have your eyeball on? Do you see maybe the toll road that's coming through, or, you know, just anything that you're seeing that's prevalent right now that people should be concerned about?
Well, you know, back before COVID, I would have said that would have been my number one thing, because that was my number one thing. It was like, okay, so this new road's coming through, all this money is going to be coming this way, and we're going to be developing those areas and stuff like that, and I'm sure it's going to be beautiful and all that. But our area needs a lot of help. And so I thought I need to be very proactive and say, well, so if we're going to give some money here, what are we going to give over to District 3? Right. And what can we do there? Because Blanding has never recovered from the vast unplanned growth right there. You know, we have Title I schools in our district. You know, what can we do there? You know, that's what I'm saying. We've got major issues that that I want to make sure that we're being taken care of at the same time. So that would have been my number one thing. But now with the COVID crisis, the county is losing $500,000 a month.
Wow.
And so what are we going to do? How to make up for that? How to be strategic, and so that everybody is landing on their feet. We want to keep businesses in our district. We want those businesses to stay open. We want to make sure that families are being fed. You know, that it goes now we're going back to the basics.
Yeah.
You know, in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we can't go to higher thought until we take care of the basics.
There you go.
So, yeah.
I received the email from you, and whoever's listening to this, you should get on her email list, because a lot of good information comes through there. And I found out the day of when the CARES Act came into play, where renters could get some type of relief to be able to pay their rent, you know, and that's going on right now. If you want more information about that, you should look up the CARES Act and see what's going on.
Yeah, very important. That's some good stuff happening, and that is going to continue. And we've got they're giving us a sum of money. 38 million is the total, but it's got to be spent before December. And so that's another thing that we've got to be very proactive on, and making sure that those funds are used appropriately to care for everyone. So
So nonprofit organizations,
businesses, nonprofits, individual family, you know, just everyone.
So as a part of this election, and this is the primary, right? This will be considered the primary.
Well, it is the primary, but because we do not have a Democrat or a independent running in the race, it's only Republicans running. So therefore, our race for District 3 is an open primary. So that means anybody can come and vote in our primary, and I think that's very important, because every voice needs to be heard for District 3.
Yeah. And with the sheriff, the tax collector, and the school superintendent, they're in a closed election. meaning that you have to be a Republican to even vote for those 3 positions.
That's correct.
So that's leaving out about 70,000 people in all of Clay County that's not going to be able to vote.
Yes.
But that's not a new law. That's an old law that's been used through the generations to kind of keep power where it is.
Right.
And with it not just being a law that's used in Clay County, it's used all over. Do you see any ways to get past laws like that?
Yes, sir. And I'm going to do a little show and tell.
Yes.
This book is a Republican mayor, Rick Baker from St. Petersburg. And he has written this book, The Seamless City. Well, about a year ago, all the community leaders here were invited to hear. He came to the Thrasher Horn to speak. And we all went down there and listened to what his words were. And when I walked out of there, I was on the same page with him. He said, any local government position should be nonpartisan. Local government, because local issues are just that, they're local. Every voice needs to come in and be a part of that. And when I think about it, when all of a sudden, if you're in crisis like our community was, that I helped out with a toxic crisis, that was a 40 square mile area of houses being poisoned. When we showed up at that church to get together, did anyone ask what political party they were?
No, not at all.
No. And everybody joined up and got together and got behind the same. And so local community is very different. And so we need to figure out how to make all races, I'll tell you, the school board is nonpartisan. Like the Town of Orange Park Council, there is nonpartisan.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you've got the county commissioners partisan, sheriff's race partisan, and the superintendent's race is partisan, tax collector, on and on, is partisan. So we've got to do what we need to do to change that locally, to turn those into nonpartisan races.
Yeah, and that's the education that I need, and I know that others need, and I'm glad that you went through all of that, because when I first went to the town of Orange Park, there were basically no people of color that would be attending those meetings. And there were people that did sporadically, Pastor Randall and other people like that, but for sure no one younger than me had been frequenting those meetings. And now those meetings are being, whether it be the town level or the county level, they're being streamed online now. So that's another resource that we can all get more educated on what's going on, and really try to influence what's best for our families, our kids, and our town. Yeah. So did you have anything else maybe that you wanted to say about your campaign? It was a pleasure having you and talking to you. Not much. I just all I can say is how thrilled I would be to represent our district. I just can't say how I want to work for our people. I'm a clinical social worker by trade. So that's what I do individually, and have done individually with people for over 25 years. And so to do that, to broaden that, help, and, be a part of change in the lives of the community, I cannot say how fulfilling that is. You just brought up one thing that was real important to my time on town council. When I got on town council, those meetings weren't live streamed. And I asked to bring those cameras in there. Huh.
That was big change. But look at it now. Look what a difference that's made to have those cameras in there, especially now we have the pandemic, and we have to rely on that. you know, so it's just things like that can change a community forever. That I just want to have the opportunity to make a difference for all of us. So, but I can't do it by myself, and I got to have everybody together. And you know how I am. I call everybody to the table. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? So yes, yes, I would. It would be a great opportunity.
That's terrific. Well, thank you so much for talking with me for a few minutes here. And August the 18th, make sure that we get out this Saturday at the libraries, the Orange Park Library, the Fleming Island Library, down off of College Road at the St. John's Community College. And there's other places if you need something more convenient. Get out, vote. Let's start at our local levels and let's continue the vote right into November so that we have who we want representing us. Thanks again, Connie.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
All right.